See the one
Get
main
me out of
skill.
here.
The one main skill I use is the electrocuting arrow.
Sorry, I don't know.
It's uh its attack damage 250%. But the attack speed is 110% of base. Give me one sec. Um
Link it in game is the best way.
okay. Do I have to take the gem out to do it, or
Well, I mean, on PC, I just hit Control Alt click and it lets me link in chat. So I don't know what the keystroke is for controller. Probably some kind of D-pad combination of
give me one sec. Let's see if I can do this again.
No. Take those.
Right. Okay. Go ahead and just accept it. Move on.
Fucker.
Yes.
I'm just getting back later.
I mean, whatever. It'll work out, balance out eventually. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. I just dropped a light in that last map too. And the mansion is open.
You know, guys, time for me to go to bed.
It's okay. Sleep well, Rebel. Have a great night, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Have a good day tomorrow.
Later.
Peace. Looks like we come to this tower. I think we use a project on this tower. We're gonna open up all this here. There's another mansion here to open up too. Another Jade Isle over here, tucked back
You got
here.
something on the left too, yeah.
Yeah, there's Jade Isle right here. Tucked in that mountain right there. So I selected the terraforming thing. It made this whole section water. So these are all water as well. Jade Isle in the mountains. Oh, we got a sandstorm open too, huh? 197% increased rarity found in this area. Hey, Red, how's walking with the spirits? Pretty good, man. We're smashing everything and dying to the shit we can't see on the floor. So, about like everybody else, man. Yeah, we doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. It's that fucking burning floor shit that gets us every time. Diamond! What up, Diamond? How you doing?
Why is it being such a pain? This is why I fucking hit console at times.
Oh, hey.
Alright, time for some less music and more of a story going on right now.
Double tinkies, baby. Get out your hole.
Ocean, like a promise made of light and crystal. its spires catching the
What's
bioluminescent
up?
glow
Hey,
up on the
how you
and
doing?
throwing
Good
it
to
back
see
in
you.
And
patterns
adjust the
that changed with
Discord
times.
volume.
Liam Cross stood in a maintenance
Volume
tunnel
going
in
down.
the ceremonial hall,
See you
elbow-deep in an
just smashing
atmospheric
everything.
processor that had
Looking good
decided
over
today
there.
was a great day to develop a persistent
79 is good.
and tried very hard not to think about how far he was from the processor hummed under his hand.
Oh,
Its quantum cooling system cycling through temperatures that would freeze nitrogen solid one moment and burn skin the next.
all right.
He'd been on this moon for 3 months now.
There we go.
Some cultural exchange
There we go.
that sounded better on paper than it felt
There we
in
go. I
practice.
put it in guild.
Earth sends technical expertise. Chirelian sovereignty provides advanced material science. Everyone learns to
out
get along.
here.
Galaxy becomes slightly less likely to explode into war. Simple. Except nothing about working in an alien palace where everyone was taller than you, more elegant than you, and had bioluminescent markings that literally advertised their family
Great.
lineage.
How was it?
His calm being
Looks
choked.
good.
Cross
Really strong.
status report.
I saw
That was
Sir dying.
Administrator
You picking
Yen,
him up.
his liaison, a Chirelian who spoke perfect English and treated him with a kind of distant politeness.
Yo.
Oh,
usually
shit.
reserved for
Spicy.
furniture.
Oh.
Look at
Whoa,
Swift.
whoa. Settle
Processor
down
Q
there,
is
Bobby.
having identity issues, Liam said. not
Jesus.
taking much of
I'm
his work.
fired.
Thinks it's a heater. I'm gently reminding it about its true purpose. A pause. I don't understand. It's running hot. Give me 20 minutes. The Festival of Starlight begins in 18 minutes. Can you complete repairs in time? Liam glanced at the tangle of crystalline conduits and quantum regulators that made up Chirelian technology. Beautiful, elegant, and absolutely nightmarish to repair because everything was interconnected in ways that violated several laws of physics he thought were pretty firm. Yeah, sure. 18 minutes. No problem. He had no idea if he could do it in 18 minutes, but saying otherwise felt like admitting defeat, and humans were stubborn about defeat.
What the hell, dude?
He pulled up his diagnostic overlay, started rerouting power
Wow.
and tried not to think about the fact that somewhere above him, actual royalty was going to
Good.
he'd been specifically told to stay away from. Not because humans weren't allowed. The cultural exchange thing. He technically had access to public events, but because Administrator Yen that a technician in work clothes covered in healing grease was not the diplomatic image Earth wanted to project. The processor settled into a proper rhythm, temperature stabilized, the rattle faded to acceptable levels. Liam ran a final diagnostic, got green lights across the board, and allowed himself a gap of satisfaction. 3 months of working with technology that seemed designed by someone who
Okay.
thought about physics in a dream
Good.
and decided to implement the dream version.
Guys, if you
And
don't
he
know
was
Dr.
finally
Please head
getting
over
good
and
at
give
it.
her a follow.
He climbed out of the
Super
access
awesome.
tunnel
A lot of fun
and
to
into
hang
the
around
technician's
there.
gallery, a narrow balcony
Some of the
that
best
overlooked the ceremonial
makeup I've
hall
seen
from a
on
discrete
Twitch for quite
distance.
some time.
The gallery was meant for monitoring environmental systems during events,
That's
making
neat.
sure atmospheric composition stayed
Let's
optimal
eat
for
the
the
whole.
various species that might attend. Liam wasn't supposed to
Your
watch
cosplay
the
was
ceremony
nice.
himself,
I'm
but
not
the
gonna lie. You
processor
did a
directed
really
him.
good job.
And if he happened
That
to
stuff
glance
is
down while
hard,
checking
so
readouts,
very
well,
impressed.
that was just thorough monitoring. The hall below was magnificent.
Very
in
strange
ways that made
floor.
Earth's grandest buildings look like practice sketches. Crystalline walls rose in impossible curves, held up by some combination of anti-gravity and architectural confidence. Bioluminescent vines crawled across the ceiling,
For the
their
ones that
lightning
go
singing
to
rhythm with music that seemed to come from everywhere in nowhere. Nobles filled the space in formal
I've
rows
seen
that
some
shifted
real
from
awesome.
their long hairs
I'm a big Gundam fan
and turned it into small
and other things.
and at the center, on a raised
Some of the stuff they do to make their
braziers, stood Princess
the
Asher.
outfits
Liam had seen
for
her
that
before, of course.
is
He could
just
work in
insane.
the palace for 3 months without occasionally crossing paths with royalty. But
What?
he'd always seen her from a distance, surrounded by attendants, moving through corridors.
When we were talking about
Someone
that,
suggested she had important places to be, and would not want to know. Up close, or as close as the gallery allowed, she was different. Taller than him, probably,
Yes.
with those distinctive swept-back ears that mark Tyrellian nobility.
I
Her
have
skin
a
held
monster
a
that
faint
just has
silvery
that
undertone,
delayed
intensified
damage.
around the bioluminescent markings
whatever it
tracing
is.
her lineage
Oh,
down
you
her
one of
arms
these?
and
Okay.
neck. The markings glowed steady and silver, which his cultural briefing material said indicated calm confidence. Though how
Oh, what
any
the
man could
hell?
with 1,000 people staring at them was beyond him.
The hell? Where the hell did that
ceremony
come
began with
from?
Speeches he couldn't quite follow.
God
His
damn.
translator
bitch.
earpiece did its best, but High Kyrellian had about 15
Those damn
tenths of a
sparks. I have no
depended
fucking
on
clue.
social context.
Yeah. Where the hell those sparks come from?
Something about starlight and moon, and the ancient bonds between sea and sky. Beautiful words that probably meant something important if you'd grown up here. The atmospheric readings on his data pad flickered. Liam frowned, pulled up a more detailed scan.
God damn.
Oxygen levels were creeping up in the eastern section of the hall, near the ceremonial braziers. Not dangerous.
Survived everything else but a fucking
He
stupid
started
little
a
spark.
compensation cycle, adjusting mixture ratios, watching the numbers stabilize. Except they didn't stabilize. They kept climbing. Liam's frown deepened. He ran a diagnostic on the environmental grid, looking for a malfunction, a stuck valve, anything that would explain why that section was suddenly becoming oxygen-rich enough to turn a candle flame into something much more exciting. The diagnostic came back clean. Everything was working perfectly. The system was just
Screw
receiving
your
bad
man.
instructions from someone, being told to pump more oxygen into a space that was already
Make more
saturated.
freaking creatures.
He was still trying to trace the command source when the
He's
first
coming right
radiation
after
exploded.
me.
The blast wasn't huge,
Kill it.
not like a bomb or a reactor breach, but in a room full of dignitaries and oxygen-rich atmosphere, it didn't need to be huge. The ceremonial fire erupted outward, caught the enhanced oxygen, and suddenly the entire eastern colonnade
Oh my
was
God,
burned
he's coming
with an
after me.
intensity that turned crystal walls into deep conductors. People screamed. Guards moved, but slowly, trying to organize an evacuation while the fire spread faster than anyone had anticipated. Liam saw the archway collapse in the horrible slow motion clarity that comes with adrenaline. Saw it fall toward the princess.
I'm
Saw
not
it
a
try to
VC,
leave.
but I'll be in
Saw the
the
crystal
grab
and
for
metal
she's
cleave her leg and torso. Saw the flames rushing toward her like a
getting you
whirlwind. Guards were shouting,
You didn't know.
calling for specialized fire suppression equipment, following
Don't know what
protocol,
that is,
doing
but
everything right according to training and procedure. And the princess was screaming. Liam didn't decide to move.
Get him.
Decision implied thought.
that's
consideration,
bad.
of
How it
options.
works.
He just
Yeah.
Didn't drop me, crap.
Vaulted
Yeah,
the
see,
gallery
that's
rail,
bad. Yeah.
dropped 3
Slacker.
meters to the hall floor
We
in a
will
landing
be
that
here.
sent shock up his spine, sprinted toward the ceremonial fountain. His hands
Drop
found
me
the decorative
shit.
tarp,
Use
some
up all my
fancy
mana.
cloth meant to cover equipment during ceremonies. He plunged it in the fountain, soaking it, the water cold enough to hurt his already burned hands from the hot processor work.
We got right
Someone
here.
shouted at him in
Those,
Kyrell.
those
He
actors.
ignored
Those
it.
actors.
One.
Wrapped the wet tarp around himself like the world's worst superhero cape and ran straight into the fire. The heat hit like a physical wall. His exposed skin screamed protest. The tarp already
Welcome
started
back,
to
Corey.
steam,
Thank you very
smoke
much. I
filling his
appreciate
lungs
you.
with every
Appreciate you
breath.
very much.
He couldn't see through the flames, couldn't hear
Longer than
anything
you
but the
wanted?
roar
Yeah.
of burning and
Alright, how you
his
doing,
own pulse
man?
hammering
Hope
in
you're
his
good, dude.
ears. He followed
I'm gonna
memory,
use the restroom
spatial
now.
Fucking
awareness,
exile.
the
Minutes,
blueprint of
guys.
the hall he'd studied while learning the
At least
environmental
once a day, you
systems.
gotta
The
crash.
princess was exactly where he'd seen her fall. The archway pinning her was crystal and reinforced metal, beautiful and heavy, and absolutely not designed to be lifted by one unarmored human. Liam grabbed it anyway, his hands finding purchase on edges that were already hot enough to blister skin. He pulled, lifted, his back muscles protesting, his lungs
Come
full of
on,
smoke
get
and
me in there.
desperation. The archway moved. Not much, maybe 30 centimeters, but enough. The princess scrambled backward, coughing, her silver markings flashing colors Liam had never seen, wild and panicked.